Okay, let's get this started. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Kalpesh, I'm sorry, no, not right now. And thank you for letting me know that the sound was off, Francesco. Yes, I was mucking around with folders and things like that this morning, trying to get everything sort of structured better, and I moved the sound without redirecting where the thing was being told to go. Alright, so yes, everything should be okay now. If there's any issues with any of the sound, though, for the rest of the stream, do let me know. Alrighty, so, new patch notes today. Yay, who's excited? Oh. As per usual, we'll wait for everybody to just kind of come in and settle down, and then we'll look at the patch notes for today, and we'll discuss the ramifications and whatnot, do a little bit of Q&A, and then jump into some battles. Hello, Satulia. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you. And yes, greetings to everybody on the YouTube side of the ocean. One of these days I will figure out an even better way of getting Twitch and YouTube to talk together, but for now we make do with what we have, right? Okay, so what shall we talk about before the patch? Does anybody have any questions, suggestions? We can hold a very quick little vote for what people want to happen later, PvP or PvG, anything like that. As soon as we hit, let's say, 8, we'll start talking about the patch, 8 viewers. Because there's some interesting stuff that they're talking about. Some good stuff, some interesting stuff, some neutral stuff, and some oh boy kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how people respond to the latest planned adjustments to the game. Oh. Did I overcome the non-staple trauma? Almost. I woke up screaming 2 or 3 times last night, but yes, today it's all a little bit calmer, thankfully. But you know, thanks for bringing it up and opening that wound again. That's awesome. It was non-staple decks are fun to mess around with, but yeah, I mean, there's a reason why certain cards are staples. The dev notes were a bit relieving. A bit. Yes, that does seem to be the prevailing opinion. A kind of a, okay, kind of attitude. There's one bit in particular I find absolutely hilarious. I'll go into that. Oh, we're at 7, that's close enough. Okay, so let's take a look at the patch notes. So, Ice Cat, the new PM from MABINOGI Duel, and what happened to QWERTY? Who knows? Has posted a developer's note today. It's not really a patch note. I called it a patch note. It's not really a patch note. It's kind of planned patch. So, it's split into a bunch of sections. The first section is home menu. We are planning to add new features to the home menu from specific menu features, which means nothing, but okay, to real-time game observing features, Duel Live. Now that is actually pretty awesome. I like the idea of Duel Live. That's going to hopefully sort of shake things up a little bit. People can actually watch live matches going on and then, get ideas for decks and things like that. They can see some crazy stuff. Depending on how they do it, it will be quite interesting to see whether or not it's completely random. Here's 5 random people who are dueling right now, observe them if you wish, or whether it's going to have some kind of matchmaking thing, observe the top 10 players who are playing right now. So depending on how they do it, could be quite interesting. I assume it's going to be randomized views, though. I don't see them sort of like structuring it too crazily. With the addition of the home menu, new duelists will be guided throughout the game with certain indicators. I assume that's just a fairly long-winded way of saying they're going to have some tutorial markers. You liked QWERTY a bit more than Ice Cat. What happened? I don't know. I mean, QWERTY only had, like 2 or 3 posts? And then just, bye-bye. Anyway, yes, so with certain indicators, so little tutorial notes, I assume, while existing duelists will be able to enjoy the game with more convenience. I mean, I don't know, speaking for myself, the home menu is actually less convenient for me personally, because there's nothing on the home menu that I want to tap on every single day. If we started in the shop menu, or we started on the quests menu, that would actually be more, or the arena menu, that would be more convenient to me personally, but interesting. Next up, special tickets, and here's the hilarious part. We are planning to increase the special tickets' potential uses by adding new content that need entry tickets, providing special uses for tickets during event periods, and making it possible for it to be traded with in-game currency. So, hey, why new? Welcome to the stream. Hello, Pegasus. Welcome to the stream. So, they listened to everybody saying, we hate the special tickets, we know that it's just a cash gate and all the rest of it. So they listened to that and they said, you know what people really want is more things that require special tickets. So it's hilarious. They are doubling down on the special tickets. They're refusing to admit that it was a terrible idea. Instead, they're going to make them even more prevalent, which... okay, it doesn't really affect anybody, to be honest. If you were using special tickets before, then now you have more reasons to use them. And if you weren't using the special tickets before, it's just more things to ignore. But, yeah, interesting. And also traded for in-game currency. It'll be interesting to see how that affects the in-game marketplace. And yeah, they're really pushing special tickets even though we hate it. They are just doubling down. They say everybody hates special tickets, so let's put more things behind special ticket locks. The events are already annoying enough because 70% of all of the events they've had so far have basically just been give us your money. Now, with special tickets, it's going to be even more so. So, in addition, improvements are being made so that duelists will be able to earn special tickets in more various ways. It's a tautology, but okay. You're going to be able to get special tickets in more ways. But, at least it doesn't expire. They don't they? Because my special tickets have a 7-day expiry date. Maybe there'll be a point where you can't ignore them. Yeah, well, they're trying to make it that way. I think they're like paying attention to what people are doing, which is basically ignoring the special tickets. And they're just going to like keep making more and more things that we have to use special tickets on. So they're going to make it so that special tickets are able to be earned in other ways. But at a certain point, it's going to reach the stage where the special tickets are very, very easy to get, and you need them to unlock the boosters, and people are going to be asking, well, why are we using special tickets? Just take those away. If they're easy to earn, then we don't need them. And if they're not easy to earn, then you're locking access to cards and events, which seems pointless. Because it's a trading card game, why are you gating the cards? So... yeah. Morning, Cesar. Welcome to the stream. So, yeah, the special tickets are just a terrible idea. They're just a really, really bad idea. But they are going balls to the walls with it now. They are just going to flood the thing with things that require special tickets. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they flood the special tickets to the extent that they're just easy to get, so who cares, or whether it gets to the point where everyone just goes, screw it. Arena incentives, up next on the development notes. Many duelists are having concerns about the incentives for playing in the arena due to the recent changes to the rewards. As such, more arena victory conditions will be added to the random and other challenges, which is achievements, to foster participation in the arena. Endless loop of pay-to-win structure, Nathan? Yeah, pretty much. So... rather than increasing the rewards in the arena, they are going to make more achievements and challenges that are arena-focused, which I get what they're going for, but I suspect is going to have the opposite effect. I suspect it's going to piss people off more than it's going to encourage people to get involved in the arenas, because before, people were like, well, the arena sucks, there's no reason to do it, but at least we can do the challenges in, PvG content and so on and so forth. Now it's like, okay, the arenas suck, and if we want to get these special tickets and a couple extra gems from the achievements, we still have to do the PvP arenas. So, hello, Dr. Cocktail, thank you so much. Hey, Neon, welcome to the stream. We're talking about the developer notes that were released today. Some interesting stuff, and some... positive stuff and some terrifying stuff. So, yeah. Moreover, we are contemplating... where are we? Yes, moreover, we are contemplating changing different aspects of the game, such as the arena gameplay, which again doesn't mean anything. We're going to change arena gameplay, okay? Just no details. And giving out more special rank/tier rewards, which honestly again could mean anything. That's very weirdly phrased. It could mean that they're planning on increasing the rewards for the arenas, or it could mean that they are planning on creating more tiers. So bronze, silver, gold, platinum, top 10 champion we have right now, they might be planning on introducing, say, diamond tier as well, which I wouldn't personally enjoy, but you never know. Depends on how it works. Now with this patch, the price arena is better because now terrible. No, Francesco, the arenas are not better now, and this is not really a patch note, it's a developer note. These are things that they are working on in the future. They're not going to make the arena rewards any better from what I can tell. They might make it better later on. I think they're leaving that door open, but right now they're talking about tying it in with achievements and challenges, which isn't quite so great. Hello George, welcome to the stream. You're not late at all. Nope, we only started 14 minutes ago. We're talking about the developer notes that were released today. They're talking about future patches. So they're doubling down on the special tickets. They're going to muck around with the arena, but they're being really vague about how they're going to do that. They're introducing something on the home menu that will allow you to watch other duelists live, which is pretty cool. New effects. New effects that can express various card actions within duels are being developed. Basically, they're going to be introducing new card mechanics in the next generation, which is great. But no big surprise there. They always do that with every new generation. And since FOD is now released, we're due for the next generation. Hello, Shinster. Welcome to the stream. Talking about the development notes, developer notes that were released today. Others. Regarding the card reworks, we are considering the method of testing them first before releasing. So that looks like they're going to do something about the lab. Maybe we should test cards before releasing them. Yeah. We're considering the method of testing them. So I assume that either means that they're going to actually start doing some real quality assurance on these cards, or that they're going to do something with the lab. Who knows? I mean, they say this like once every month or two. They mention this, and they never seem to do anything about it. We, the Mabinogi Duel team, are making our utmost efforts to ensure that duelists have a wonderful time playing Mabinogi Duel, which is just a lie, really, isn't it? If they were doing their utmost to ensure we had a wonderful time, we wouldn't have special tickets, DevCat. You want us to have a wonderful time, get rid of the special tickets, and maybe give us an actual FOD pack. That would be nice too. This concludes the 2.16 Developers Note. Mabinogi Duel team will always work hard to provide our duelists with a better gaming experience. Thank you. Yeah. So, mostly neutral stuff, some negative stuff, and one positive thing, which is the Duel Live, which I am looking forward to seeing how they implement that. That could be pretty interesting. Again, I assume it's going to be random, which means it's going to be more of a novelty than anything of any actual value, but it would still be fun to be able to watch other people play. I kind of almost hope that it is randomized, because if it does say, oh, hey, you know, here's the people who are currently in the PvP arena, select the guy that you want to watch, that's going to be... it's going to cause some problems with the top 10 players, because most of them like to change their decks and nobody knows what they're running. A wonderful time would include some more pack openings like with the old arena rewards. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. Wonder if DevCat is watching this right now, taking notes, and that pisses off even more. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. If you are watching DevCat, we love the game. Just please, please stop trying to ruin it. I know you're doing your best to destroy it, but we're begging you not to. Alright, so... interesting. If there's any questions or suggestion or anything that I've kind of missed in there, do let me know in the chat. I've got a little notification here. I'll take that. Oh, a gift from Satulia. 5 gems. Thank you very much, Satulia. I appreciate that. That's going to go towards sealing some cards for some future videos. Excellent. Let's make sure it's working good. Excellent. Okay. So, an interesting developer note. And what is it? I noticed that, Sultan, you made a sad face on the developer's note. Most people seem to like it. But we'll have to see, really. I'm not confident about it. I suspect that the next thing they're going to be working on releasing is not any of these patches, so I suspect the next thing is going to be the next generation of cards, which will be quite interesting. So far, we've had Witch and Beast and Forest of the Dead. Let's see if they go a little bit more cheerful this time. Alright, so there doesn't seem to be any questions or illuminations on stuff that I've missed. So, moving past the developer notes now and into the game itself. Once again, this will be like a 2-hour stream. So, PvP, PvG, draft, achievements, special ticket hunting. Vote on what you want to do in this stream and we will do it. If you vote for nothing, then we'll just keep having a chat. And we did some PvP battles in the last stream, so this stream will be commentated battles. So if anybody wants to basically sign up to fight another one of the viewers, then sort of volunteer, put up your hand. And we will... where are we going? Yes. And we'll organise that. 2 people will fight, I'll spectate and commentate over the top, and that way everybody gets to see some really interesting cards and things like that. Interesting decks, I should say, not interesting cards. Well, hopefully interesting cards too. You vote for my super juice. And shall we just have an entire stream dedicated to my arc juice? Any chance of making an open boosters episode? Think everyone would like to see that? I could, sure. I mean, if anybody's interested in that, do let me know. One thing they mentioned in the arena pod is that they want to make it more incentive through the challenges. Maybe they want to push the weekly, daily some more. Any thoughts? Yeah, from what they say in the notes, let me just look at that again. The victory conditions will be added to the random and other challenges to foster participation. So that could mean... I think what they mean is the weekly and the daily randoms. So... what you'll probably start seeing is that the daily randoms and the weekly randoms will be much more PvP arena focused. Whether or not that's a good thing depends entirely on your perspective. I know a lot of people are going to be really annoyed by that because they don't want to do PvP anymore because the rewards suck. They just want to do PvG missions and things like that. So that's going to really, really hurt the PvG players. But if you're already doing PvP, then it doesn't really matter to you so much. Can we do the Ant deck? And if not, would someone trade you a gold Gigant Ant to test your version? I don't have a gold Gigant, but good luck with that. You would participate if your Asian time zone doesn't dictate that it's your bedtime now. Ah, Nathan, you disappoint me. But yes, it must be, what, 9, 10, 11, 12, about, what, 20 past 11, 20 past 12, 20 past midnight, depending on which part of Asia you're in. I sympathize. Yeah. So yeah, the weekly and the daily random challenges. Dr. Cocktail's up for a challenge. Excellent. Good, good, good. Let me translate. Arena rewards suck now. We're aware. I'm going to adjust the challenges to force participation so Arena does not die. Well translated, Shinster. Yep, that's pretty much what they're going for. We don't want to increase the rewards because that would admit that we've done bad. So instead, we're going to make you play the arena even though it still sucks. Which, of course... isn't going to encourage people to play the arena. If you're not playing the PvP arena now, then another couple gems or a single special ticket reward ain't gonna convince you to do it. So, yeah, I think it's I think they're basically just going to back themselves into a corner eventually, and they are just going to have to increase the arena rewards. They've done this before. The arena rewards were decent, and then they lowered them, and they stayed lowered for like 3 weeks to a month, and then they upped them again, and now they've lowered them again. They're just going to put them back up again later on. It may take a month or two. But they've never been able to sort of just decide on something for the arena. DevCat, they keep going back and forth on this point. 1122 for Union. Okay. Do you think it's worth spending 100 gems for the structure deck, B or C? You don't have an Ifrit. Let me just remind myself what the structure decks are. Generally, if you don't have the cards in them, structure decks are actually pretty good value. The Ifrit deck... that was around a little while ago, I don't know if it still is, but the one that wasn't around. Wait a minute, what is that? Oh no, it's just a wolf parry, never mind. Thought it offered me like a CLO card or something like that. It looked like the snake thing. You're okay for a fight too, Neon? Excellent, excellent. Okay, so yeah, the structure decks. Actually, yeah, A, B, and C are all pretty good. If you don't have the Ifrit, or the Undine, or a Command Hunting, those aren't terrible value. Those are not bad value. The monocolor deck quest kind of sucks because it takes up 5 deck slots from your previous 14 slots. Yeah, sometimes you get a weekly quest for an arena which just isn't opened anytime soon. Yeah, it is a problem. You're just finishing up the dailies, Neon. Okay. Yeah, the challenges and the achievements were really just supposed to be there, as far as I was aware, as a kind of an extra reward. Oh, you happen to be doing this. Okay, here's a slight extra challenge on it. You know, you're playing PvP arena anyway, so here's a slight challenge for you. Win a PvP battle with a monocolored deck. So on that sense, I understood it. But it looks like from the new developer diary or developer note that they're going to start... No, not right now, Assassin. It looks like they're going to start almost forcing participation in certain things for these achievements, and that's not quite so great. Looks like Dr. Cocktail's calling you out, Neon. So we'll watch some of that. But we will, if everybody, I mean, nobody's voted, but if people vote for PvP, then we'll put together a PvP deck. We'll do the commentator battles last, or if people want to see the commentator battles now, or you guys really want to fight each other right now, then we'll start out with those and we'll move into sort of PvP deck showcasing later. But again, vote for what you want to do. Dr. Cocktail and Neon, looks like they're gonna have a fight once Neon's done with the dailies. I think both of you are in my friends list, so we can spectate that, no problems. Yeah, so vote PvP, PvG, and if anybody does want to see that open boosters thing that was suggested earlier, let me know. We won't do it today, but I can set it up for later. How many gems I've got? 655, so... Opening boosters sounds nice too. Okay. Hello, Nick Stalker. Welcome to the stream. From 710 onwards, you get 10 gems per quest or something, which is nice, but you must be able to participate in the needed arena. Yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, you've got to be able to participate in the arena. You've got to have enough decks, enough cards, really, that you can make a deck, because I'm pretty sure that the monocolor stuff is win with the monocolor, if I remember correctly. So there's a lot of this other stuff. Basically, if you want to get up to, like, 10-10 achievement / challenge, you're gonna have to put a lot of time into it. You'll swipe on the game right now because I'm using smartphone to watch the stream. Let Ark know when we're up for a matchup. Okay. So George is up for PvP. George, are you up for PvP deck building, or are you up for actually challenging somebody on the stream to a fight that we will then spectate? Shinster votes for PvP. I assume that's PvP deck building, which is, yep, no problem. We'll jump back into the binder section now. I'll drop that. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, like the 10 card deck that I use for dailies when I want to have some fun with it. The monocolors are mainly from gold and take a discount, and you can do them in the friendly arena. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to win. Though is a problem. It's a problem for newbies, trying to make a monocolor deck that you win with, and if you can't, then you're kind of stuck at that challenge. You can't move on to the next ones. No preference, George. Okay, well, we'll do both then. We'll do a PvP showcase deck build now, and then you can fight somebody later on and we'll spectate. Is good Growth Vine card FODP? Growth Vine's not FODP. Growth Vine is WNB? I don't think there is a... Oh, no, I know what you mean. Yeah. No, you mean the specialized FODP card. I don't know if they've changed that since it was in the lab. Let me check. Boom. PvP would be cool. Okay, we'll put together a PvP deck then, and you're up for some PvP deck building and later review. Okay, well, that seems to be the common consensus. We'll put together a PvP deck, we'll run it through a couple of friendly battles, and then we'll do some showcase stuff. Let me just check this growth vine thing. I think this is it here, isn't it? It's in the FODP rotation, yeah. Grow vine, that's right, yeah. If the target friendly creature is a vine creature, summons one vine with the same attack and HP. If the target is not a vine creature, summons a random vine. Yeah, 1, 1, and 2. There is a +1 mutant, which goes up to... No, it's still just 2. So 1, 2, and 2. 2, 3, 5, and 6. I can see it being fun in PvG, if you can build up your growth vine, and then slap grow vine on it. I don't see it being particularly useful in PvP though, because it just summons a normal vine, and then the other one is like a random vine, but that could be anything. Could be an ambush vine, it could be a blood sipper vine, could be all kinds of stuff. Open super boosters, Nix. I'm not going to do that in this stream, no open boosters in this stream, but if enough people do want that, then next week I'll make one of the streams a booster opening stream. So everyone can see him opening 50 alpacas, yeah. Yeah, I don't tend to open alpacas. What I tend to open urban rats. That seems to be the one that I always pull. Just urban rats. Okay, accept and then do it. Okay, if Neon and Dr. Cocktail are going to have a fight now, we'll do one viewer match and then we'll do some PvP stuff and then we'll do the rest of the viewer matches after that. Okay, everybody add Cesar, Lion Live. And we'll open up this. Okay, let's see. Alright, we will... Ooh, yeah, that phone is really hot again. I'm going to need to get like an ice pack or something for this phone. It's quite ridiculous. Right. We'll just we'll refresh until we see Pandatoon or Neon Works show up ready for the fight, and then we will do a commentated battle. I do enjoy commentated battles. I've noticed that whenever I do subscriber battles, the subscribers just tend to throw their biggest, strongest cards at me. It's not very entertaining viewing. But the commentated battles that we've had have been really, really good. We've had some very, very interesting cards and decks in there. Okay, here we go. Alright, so this is Neon Works versus Dr. Cocktail. So Neon is obviously Neon Works, Pandatoon is Dr. Cocktail, an L hero is Sarah hero, Mana Nature Light, and 5 mutants. And then Mana Nature Light as well, and no mutants. Ooh, wow, we're opening up with a Persona Hagi. I love it already. Fantastic. You promised you won't use any staples in PvP battle, George. Thank you so much. Oh man, Hagi did not survive. That is such a shame. I love to see these unusual cards being played. Pandatoon shut it down immediately. Out comes a wolf, also very unusual. Very interesting to see. So Neon is going quite aggressive. Pandatoon counters with a Mana Skeleton +1. Pandatoon, I know what you're running, buddy. I'm going to give everybody a clue. It has 2 floppy ears. Out comes the Fox +1. Yep. We all know what you're running there, Dr. Cocktail. Okay. The question is, does Neon know what's coming? And if he does... Oh, Neon's got his own! Oh no! This is going to be a bunny versus bunny fight. Oh, good grief. Interesting choice to put Hagi in a bunny deck then. Because Hagi's not affected by bunny, is he? Because he's an effect creature. Holy Missile comes out, Counterspell, quite interesting. White Moon Bunny. Better save some light for the Holy Lands. Yeah, Battle of the Bunnies! It's a bunny battle! Now, the question here is, does either Pandatoon or Neon have a way of countering the bunny? And Neon does. Oh no. Oh no, Battle of the Bunnies! Okay, so Pandatoon better have like a holy spear. Really, holy spear. I was gonna say death ray, but there's no dark on Pandatoon's side, so problematic. Problematic. Yeah, and he recognizes that fact and he's thinking about it. So Cocoon of Evolution comes out to counter one of the bunnies. But that does only counter one of the bunnies. 09, 10th Dan. Yeah, no, Zero's a very good player. I remember when she first started playing. I gave her a whole bunch of cards. Looks like she's put them to good use, which is always great to see. Okay, so... Alright, yeah, fair enough. The surprise attack comes out. It's not really going to save the Cocoon of Evolution, unfortunately. Technically, Neon would have been better off keeping the light, building up the resources, but it doesn't really matter at this point. He's got such a strong lead.
Reached level 3.
So Neon levels up to 3. Still got full health. And Pandatoon is struggling a little bit. Taken all the way down to 3 HP. Can he... Well, he can't bring out a Holy Spear. I don't think. So plays the Fox to block. He's going to have to play something else to block. Another White Moon Bunny. Okay, so the second White Moon Bunny comes out. And deals 8 damage. Okay, so... Neon doesn't have enough for another capture. Decides to play the nature into a fox instead, which makes sense. Revives out of the grave, which hurts Elbrak down to 1, but that's not going to help much. Doesn't look like Neon has a turn to frog or anything like that, so... The nature is kind of just sort of sitting there at the moment. Many bunnies, yes, so many bunnies. Pandatoon levels up and performs a charge, gets a little bit of health back off the level up, and now it's back to being a battle of the bunnies. Basically, whoever can neutralize their opponent's bunny first is going to win. Bunny needs fixing. Bunny doesn't really need fixing, it's just another one of those cards that you need to plan around. I mean, so long as you have, capture, transformation cards, holy missiles, death rays, drag to hells, that kind of thing, the bunny can be dealt with. But yeah, it's another card you need to build with that in mind. It's like Illurion and any other card that's become meta. You just gotta make sure you have at least one deck that answers it. There's always going to be cards like that, unfortunately, in a game like Mabinogi Duel, where there are only 12 cards and no draw. So everybody's charging up. Hello, hello, Majin. And yes, another L, but it's not me fighting this time. We're doing a subscriber commentator battle. Spectator battle. So it's between Dr. Cocktail and Neon. We're having this big bunny fight. It's fantastic. I love it. Bunny versus bunny. Oh, out comes the turn to frog. Has Pandatoon turned this back? Let's find out. Ooh. Okay, well, it's a bit unfortunate on Pandatoon's side because it means the Cursed Frog can come right back again, and that will actually have given... well, that'll kill, in fact, Pandatoon. So unless Panda can block, which he can, good. Okay, everything's all right for now then. So Pandatoon has managed to claw his way back. Interesting, interesting. Now, if that Fox +1 is removed, then Pandatoon loses. How is the bunny threatening them that they take that much of a beating? It's a terrifying... Oh, here comes... Okay, but the other bunny comes right back out again. Okay. So many bunnies. And Hagi's out. Which, again, I love, but a really interesting choice for a bunny deck, given that the bunny doesn't actually affect Hagi. You actually think it needs to fix too? I know people are saying that it does. But, I mean, I see people saying, oh, bunny needs a fix, while they're running something like Jurgen or Dark Mino +1. It's like, yeah, okay. Well, it looks like Pandatoon actually managed to turn that back around. Wow. Very nicely done. From like 3 HP versus maximum HP, Pandatoon actually managed to secure the victory. Good job on both players' parts. That was a really, really strong showing from both Neon and Dr. Cocktail. Very, very good. It's not as bad as Alurin. No, well, no. Fiozenior deck destroys Bunny. A lot of decks destroy Bunny. This is a pretty intense duel. It was indeed. Yeah. Nice game. Very good game to both Neon and Dr. Cocktail. Very, very good. Bunny versus Bunny. Awesome. I love it. Love it. Okay. Hello, Han. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here again. I'm just going to quickly grab that. Rafir wants to be added. Okay. As I say in every stream, if anybody wants me to add them as a friend, just send me a request. I add everybody. My rule is always that I will go down to the bottom and I will remove whoever's at the bottom of the list, provided I don't know them in person. So, like Kyterodon and Avalist and Aku Chaos, I actually know them. Same for certification. I don't know Rubert. So if you are watching Rubert and you want to be re-added, just send me another friend request and I will do so. And I apologize if you are somebody I know, I just don't recognize the username. For you, Fio Senior is very good, but most people don't use it. Yeah, Fio Senior was extremely popular for a while and then went through a series of nerfs and isn't quite as popular these days. You sent a request, IGN Rafir. Yep, we just added you. And yes, well played, Neon. Well played to both Dr. Cocktail and Neon. Very, very good fight. Very good fight. Okay, so let's put together a quick PvP deck then. Just something very, very fast. And then we will come right back to more commentated battles, more spectated battles. Whoops, here we go again. Lion Live, okay, I will add you now. While I'm doing this, everybody vote for the card that you want to have showcased. Poi Pois, I don't recognize your name. If you're watching, I apologize. Send me another friend request. Oh, got an incoming call. No, thank you. I'm perfectly okay to ignore those things because nobody actually has the number of this phone. Bunnies! We're not going to do a... yes, thank you. We're not going to do a bunny deck in this stream because I'm going to be creating one for a PVG deck tomorrow. Just for fun. But yes, after next week we can do some PVG... we can do some PvP bunny fights if everybody wants it. So, yes, please don't start with the succubuses. No. My deck seems weird. Formation move to east to west. Is that considered to be a thing? Not really, Han. This deck doesn't even have 12 cards in it. I was experimenting a few months ago with cards that could win in PvG despite not having a full 12 cards in the deck. And this is one of the decks I came up with. So I used to run it through all of the dailies, because you can't run it through the arenas, they won't let you. But I used to run it through all of the dailies just to see if it was actually worth sort of building around. It's surprisingly effective. The AI has no concept of how to deal with formation move to east and formation move to west. If you know what you're doing with the formation move trap cards, they can be extremely effective, but they are really hard to use. So I don't recommend most people to do it, but definitely give them a try if you haven't already. Muck around with them against the Cat Merchant, a couple of mirror fights, that kind of thing, and see if you can build something interesting, because they are a lot of fun. Okay, so we will quickly... well, I need a deck I don't mind overwriting. Let's do this one. Because again, there's always, well, it's not always, occasionally there's this bug where you say create a new deck and it accidentally erases the deck you currently had selected. So, let's build a new deck. Everybody vote for a card they want to be showcased. If nobody votes for a card, we have another notification. If nobody votes for a card, I'll just pick one at random. Seems fun to you though, thanks for the idea. Yeah. I had somebody use one against me. Oh, thank you, Lion Live, I appreciate that. What was I saying? Yes, I had somebody use a formation deck against me once, which was very effective. We used a couple of long-range gunners, actually, and it was surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. It requires a massive amount of focus and concentration and ability to predict your opponent, though. And you need to make sure that you have some sort of defensive array like Trap in the Castle. Otherwise, you're simply going to move your creatures out of the way, and then his creatures are going to wallop yours. Okay, yeah. So, let's see. Nobody's voting for anything, so I'm just going to have to pick something myself. Majin's thinking about it. Thinking. We could do a shield throw deck utilizing defense cards as possible. Is Jax doable in PvP? He's doable. You can take him up into gold without any difficulty, and you could possibly get him into low platinum. The difficulty is that he costs a lot, and he's pretty easy to remove. So long as your opponent has any kind of high damage removal or anything like that, then done for. Anyway, shield throw is a possibility. Jax is a possibility. He's not a strong card, but he's fine. What else? What else is fun? Fallen Wood Fairy. No, I had to do that in my challenge deck. That's terrible. You prefer with new or old cards? I like them both. Some old cards I'm in love with. Some new cards I really like. Miss Shelley. We actually did a Miss Shelley deck before. I think I've done that as a video. I'm pretty sure I did that as a video, and I'm pretty sure I also did it in the other thing. The Mana Tailor Girl, which sacrifices her neighbors. That sounds terrible. Let's see. So Mana FO... I may not even have her, honestly. Ooh, yikes. The only Mana FOD card I have is Meteor Drop. So, oosh. We just haven't had any we haven't had any FOD boosters. It's a big problem. You're interested in seeing a post-nerf Lusalka deck. Got schooled by one today, did you? That's interesting. Interesting. The general consensus is that she's useless, although, you know, if you got schooled by one, cool. I've never really been able to use Lusalka. Even when she was super powerful, I couldn't use her very well. She's not my playstyle. A beastkin other than Jurgen, Jane, or Mino? Yep. Well, David is useless. Obi is good in PvG, but not great in PvP. Jonah is okay, but you do need other beastkins to transform. What's my thoughts on a witch deck like in Feria or Xenon Yornda? They're fine. They're a lot of fun to play. You can get them into early platinums, but you just don't tend to see them in high platinum. They suffer later on. Extremely expensive for a dubious utility. And yeah, Lusalka can stay where she is right now. Yeah, she can stay in the gutter where we put her. I think people are still having kind of post-traumatic flashbacks about Lusalka. It's too soon. It's too soon. So where were we? Oh, I wish the Dancer was a workable card. I really do. I really like that art. It's really cool art. And I grew up in the Middle East, so there's a certain amount of nostalgia there to me. So, yeah. I also wish the alpacas were good. They're adorable. But, no. Double Masked Field deck. That would only work if I had a Mana Magician Masked Field and I gave my last one away. You want to see a Tempo Share deck. Those are very difficult to do in the current meta, because the current meta is very control. With the Bunny and with Illurin, the current meta is control, and control kind of... well, Mabinogi's dual version of control shuts down Tempo very easily. A Meria deck... Do I even have Meria? Meria. You're going to try to use Share, but you're bad at play. Oh, I do have... Oh, no, it's Lilith and Meria, of course. Yeah. Yeah, Restore down deals 10 damage to an opponent creatures every turn. Yeah. My problem with Meria is, as I mentioned in the last live stream, she doesn't meet HP breakpoints. If a card costs 2 or more, ideally you want its HP value to be 15 or higher. Remember when Bomb Goblin and Wild Boars were cancerous in both PvP and PvG? I remember those days. Oh man, wow, back in the G2 days. I remember that. Everyone was using Wild Boar and Goblin Bomb Squad. It was crazy. Let's take some of the... Oops, not the SI. I don't have any SIH anyway. Good thing the boards got nerfed, yeah. A Skeleton King deck. Oh god, Skeleton Kings. Yikes. I don't like Skeleton King because if his ability only affected creatures on your side of the field, he would be amazing, so powerful. But it affects your opponent's side of the field as well, so it's like, meh. I'd love to use something like cross counter, but unless you're going up against an infinite slap deck, it's just not worth it. Any card but not Lasalki, you hate it. Yeah, no. What's this? I picked up some random ones. Secret Laboratory, if there's nothing on the opponent's battlefield at the start of a turn, increase the grave cost of height. Nah, that's terrible. Dangerous Squirrel, I am working my way towards that. I do still need a Nature Ambush. Mud Pyromancer is terrible. Spray Rats is actually a lot of fun, but I need more gold rats, which I don't have yet. Blind Watchman, we don't have Winding Clockwork yet, unfortunately. A Doom Machine deck, that would be Jur. We could make a Jur Doom Machine deck, sure. Cheshire, I already did a video on Cheshire. She's fun, but she suffers in the current meta. Chief Guard of Tanor, he hasn't been good for a couple of months, unfortunately. Skeleton King plus Doppelganger Trauma and Truth-Seeking Prophet. Jeez. Wow, yeah, that's a combo it would be easy to get off. Akora plus a Trap Hole deck, okay. Wanderer Emmy. Oh man. Well, a light. No, not a one. No, that would be Light Wanderer Sarah, wasn't it? Which was good. Some fun Steel Dragon would be interesting, or Dragon deck in general. Yeah, we can try that, certainly. As soon as I get votes, like more than one vote on something, we'll put it together. Cat Box with Rituals. That doesn't really work so well anymore. They nerfed the cost of the Cat Box, so you can't really ritual up into a Dark Mino or a Jurgen anymore. Mad Technician Werner. Ah, I wish they hadn't fixed him. He was so good. Infinite 39 Pegasus. Should we just take Pegasus's Infinite 39 Gates of Hell deck? That was a lot of fun. I probably don't have enough of Mage 39s actually, but it was a very cool video. We did Bronte in a previous live stream. These other ones aren't quite so great, unfortunately. Forest Genie, I am going to make a PVG video on as well. Actually, I think it might be Forest Genie tomorrow. I said it was going to be White Bunny tomorrow, but White Moon Bunny tomorrow, but actually I think it is going to be Forest Genie video tomorrow. We'll see. Wanderer Emmy seems fun with Chief Guard of Tanor. Yeah, not really, unfortunately. The problem with the Chief Guard of Tanor's ability is that he needs to be on the field every single turn, because he has to keep reactivating his ability on any creature that's on your side of the field. You can give me a few for min price. Should have enough 39s if that's what you want to do. I'd need to. The deck is Pegasus's deck. It wouldn't be one of mine. So if we were going to run that, we need to get Pegasus's permission. And he's obviously way better at running it than I am. You tried a bit, Emmy got destroyed by Tanor ability. Yeah, Tanor was really good way back when, but he's far too easy to remove now. They've created so many ways of getting rid of him. A Dollar Liar deck, very difficult. The Wooden Doll Liar, yeah, very difficult. But very good for a counter deck. So we've had a lot of votes for random things, but nobody's voted for the same thing more than once. So we need to see some double up. Somebody agree with somebody else. Otherwise, I'll just pick whichever one I think is most interesting. Which currently, Steel Dragons would be quite interesting. Skeleton King plus Doppelganger Trauma would be hilarious. Not viable, but hilarious. Oh, that's Two-Handed Demon. Yeah, it's just a different painting style. I would make a Cursed Doll deck, but I don't think we have enough Cursed Dolls, unfortunately. Wanderer Emmy would be fun. Mysterious Magician. Let's do Steel Dragons. Okay, so we've had 2 votes for Emmy, 2 votes for Steel Dragons, 2 votes for Vera, but I am going to pretend that's a joke. And I'm going to ignore you. And every time I do this, people go, do a vampire thing, do a succubus thing. They suck. Stop making me do them. So anyway, yeah, 2 votes for Steel Dragons, 2 votes for Emmy. Okay, 3rd vote for Dragons. Okay, let's do the Dragons. Alright, there's a bunch of things that you can do with Dragons. Wait, that's not right. I know that I have Steel Dragons. Why isn't it? Ugh. Okay. Let's do a search for Steel. I know I have Steel Dragons. I don't know why it's not showing them up. There we go. That is very strange. Okay, so Steel Dragon Noracore, Steel Dragon Tyrannoc, or Steel Dragon Laparc, or Steel Dragon Lamuse. So we have 4 possible Steel Dragons. Dragons with Orperia. Yep, we can do that. Reduces its defense by 4 and increases attack by the same amount every turn. Doable, but very, very vulnerable to capture. They literally and figuratively suck. Yeah, the vampires, yeah, they do. Flip the page. Oh, why, was it on going back? Because there was only 3. Yeah, that's probably it. Silly arc, but yes. Deals damage equal to his defense to opponent's battlefield and -4 defense when hit by a long-range attack. That's not so easy to activate, so we'll ignore that. Using cheat spell against him. Okay. If you see a matcha fellow, that's you. You like the green tea, do you? Steel Dragon Tyrannoc. Each turn moves to the front slot of an opponent creature with 7 attack or higher and increases its own attack and defense by the same amount. That's really a PvG Steel Dragon. Steel Dragon Laparc. Deals damage equal to the sum of the defense of all enemy creatures to opponent's battlefield. I don't think... defense isn't really a popular thing at the moment. The new Dark Mage Summon Zombie. Don't remember. I don't know. Okay, so it looks like Steel Dragon Lamuse is the best one. So let's add that to the deck. Somebody said they wanted an Orperia with it. You vote Dimensional Dragon Astaroth, does that count? Well, it was specifically Steel Dragons that were voted for. So we're going for a Steel Dragon Lamuse. Noracore X Needle combination. Yeah, true. Yeah. Oh, I kind of like that idea, actually. A Noracore and Notira's Needle. Let's do that. That sounds like fun. Hello, Twilight. Welcome to the stream. They're making me do something horrible again. Steel, Dragon, Noracore, and Notira's Needle. There we go. Now, do we want the dark or do we want the nature? If we go dark, then we can use Hellhound and Vampire. If we go nature, then we can still do dark, but... let's... protect Noracore from capture with Mist. Okay. Or a certain victory spell. Well, the Steel Dragon Noracore. Yeah, the certain victory spell. Not with Noracore. It wouldn't really help. Noracore is designed to destroy everybody, and it wouldn't activate its ability anyway because it's not a long-range attack. Welcome to the stream, RGBS. Mist won't trigger on much else since he can't capture his own stuff. Yeah, true. True. Well, we can go for... Well, let's see. There's a bunch of possible combinations here. We'll go for light. And if we went for nature, then we have the captures. If we go for mana, then we have turn to frog as well as counter spells and things like that. If we go for gold, then we've got some solid defense and some AoE. Am I 26? Maybe, or maybe I'm 26,000. You'll never know. Haha. Yeah, there's a lot of possible ways we could build into this. Let's Noracore with some illusion bullet for the counter spell. Yeah, the counter spell. Yeah. You mean to trigger counter spells? Dark Capture, Dark Orperia. We could go that way. Yeah, Dark Capture, Dark Dark Orperia -1, Noracor's Needle, and a Skeleton. Let's try that. I think we're probably going to get a little bit too... what am I saying? We're probably going to get a little bit too combo dependent, but it's worth a try. Okay, so Orperia, Dark Orperia -1. Whenever it works, there we go. Come on, you can do it. Don't melt, phone. Thank you. Dark Capture. Skeleton Knight, a little bit expensive. Hello Luani, welcome to the live stream. Deck needs at least 2 needles. It may not need 2 needles if we go for Bullet of Illusion. Capture. And I'm the kind of player who really likes a turn 1 drop, although I have to admit the Skeleton's not an amazing turn 1 drop. Yeah, Lady Butter. Everyone remembers that now. We'll try it with the Skeleton. I mean, the first draft of any deck is always going to suck, because you're always trying something new. Skeleton. So it's about going for what you think is going to be fairly stable and enjoyable, and then you run it a couple of fights, and then you see what works and what doesn't, and adjust it accordingly. True Bullet? What's a True Bullet? I only know Paralyzing Bullet and Bullet of Illusion. Or are you making a joke? Might as well use Nature. Yeah, I'm thinking so. It's either Nature or Gold. I'm thinking of as the second one. The Mana does have the Bullet of Illusion, but it doesn't really have an awful lot of other stuff. I mean, you know that we're just going to go up against bunny decks anyway, so... Alright, let's add some light. And get rid of the Skeleton. So we're going to need Surprise Attack, Holy Missile, maybe. I kind of want to run Trap in the Castle, I'll be honest. Actually, you know what? We don't want Skeleton because that would kind of muck up Orperia. Yeah, so maybe we should put the Skeleton Knight in there instead. Yeah, Cetilia's just pointed that out. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking of. Yeah, don't have Orperia under 1 drop. I mean, you can make it work, just make sure the Skeleton's not in your grave when your other creatures are out on the field that you do want to resurrect, but yeah, it's not a brilliant idea. I don't think I have another Dark Notira's Needle. I think I only had the 1. Yep, I only had the 1. So let's go with Skeleton Knight. Divine Offering. Cancel summons, you mean summon counter? Maybe. Maybe gold for the Phoenix Feather, some kind of resurrection deck, but with dragons. We can do that. A mana turn to frog, maybe. Struggled yesterday against heavy creatures. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of, honestly, there's a lot of possibilities here. A lot of possibilities. Let's go with the Skeleton Knight. Because honestly, Nature, Mana, or Gold would work well with this deck. If we went with Gold, then we got the Feathers. If we go Light, we still have Feathers. We can still use 1 Feather of the Phoenix in the Light, and I think that's what we'll do. If we go Feathers of the Phoenix, Light Feather of the Phoenix, Surprise Attack, Ambush, that might be good for Light. And then the last one can be Nature, or it can be Gold. And of the 2, or Mana. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll do the Light first. But yeah, I'm tempted to go for the Mana just for the turn to frog. Alright. Ambush. Ambush. Okay. So what did we say? Ambush, Light Feathers of the Phoenix, and a Surprise Attack. This is turning into kind of a control deck. Okay. And surprise attack. Double drag to hell. Yeah, that would be nice. But I think we need... Well, we definitely need at least one more creature. We can't just have Nordicore and Orperia. We need something else. Otherwise we won't have anything to resurrect. It's getting a bit expensive on resources, though. It is a little bit. Basically, what we're going to be doing is prioritizing control at the beginning of the game, and then ramping up towards the Nordicore and the Skeleton Knight, and then bringing out Orperia to revive them when they die. Need a Book of Knowledge. Yeah, you may be right. In which case, I think we do need to go for mana. Using only 2 resources. No, we'll use 3 resources. I mean, we could use 2, but I think we'd cripple ourselves a bit. Because we basically need to double up. We need to go for like another Steel Dragon, and then like a second Feathers of the Phoenix even, possibly. But I think we'll try mana. We'll try mana. We may turn this into a dual color deck if we decide to go more kind of resurrection focused. Gold, says Dr. Cocktail. I would, but it doesn't have any good early control spells, whereas mana has Turn to Frog, Magic Missile, Mana Holy Missile, Lightning, all these kind of things. Scamcat is offering you a Ninja Hanjo +1. Is it worth 4, 2, and 3-star cards? If you don't have Ninja Hanjo and you want to have a fun little deck that involves Nerva and Stone Curse and things like that, then go for it. If you have extras of the 2 and 3-star cards you're going for. But just be aware the Ninja Hanjo is really only for fun. He's not like one of these hardcore things. If you go for mana, you could also Jure it. If we're going for that, then I'd need to take out Orperia. It can't be a resurrection deck that involves Orperia, because otherwise Jure would just put Orperia into the box. Steel Dragon without Jure. Yeah, we're giving it a try. Gold with Betrayal instead of Capture. Possible, and kill him in your battlefield. Well, possible. We can. Well, there's definitely a lot of other opportunities. So we'll just try this to begin with. Golden Bomb Squad is very good as early game defense. Yes, but then Orperia might resurrect him, and that would suck. Hello, Kinta. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you. So Mana Book of Knowledge, Lightning. What was the other thing I was saying? Turn to Frog. Yeah, what are you saying, Alexander? Mana Book, Missile, Frog, and a creature. Yeah, that's basically what I was going for. We hadn't decided on the third one, had we? So, do we want Magic Missile or do we want Mana Holy Missile? We've already got a lot of mutants in here, so let's go for Magic Missile. Gold Feathers of the Phoenix. Yeah, gold is definitely a possibility. If mana doesn't work out for us, then we'll try gold. What was it? Oh yeah, lightning. As I say, there's a lot of possible... There we go, lightning. There's a lot of possible ways to build this. Yeah, we'll just go for the normal one. I think 5 to 7 and then 12 on the opposite battlefield, yeah. Double Phoenix Wing and Ifrit. I'm pretty sure I already made that deck in a video. True Ifrit Phoenix, yeah. Rise from the ashes, my Phoenix. Now... okay, so we need a 4th mana card. We could make it a creature. We could make it Turn to Frog. We might go Turn to Frog, I think. It depends. I mean, if we come up against bunnies and things like that, we're going to need Turn to Frog. Meh. No Bullet of Illusion. It won't weaken our AoE. I'm thinking about Bullet of Illusion as well. I may... Let's take out Magic Missile and replace it with Bullet of Illusion. The problem is I don't want to be too focused on comboing off the dragon, because we're not guaranteed that we can get the dragon to activate. And there's always a risk when you build something as your single target or as your single win condition that, you know, I mean, if you can't get it out onto the field and keep it out there, you're screwed. But we'll try. Okay, so Bullet of Illusion, and we will just go for Turn to Frog to counter the bunnies that are out at the moment, but we may end up changing that. We may end up changing... Actually, let's just do Frog. We may end up changing like an entire resource over to gold, because gold would also be very, very solid. Okay, so it's a really, really control-based deck. We have no creatures to bring out until the very end, and even then, only 2. This is going to be rough. We could probably do with a trap in the castle, honestly. But, never mind. As I say, the first time you build a deck, it's always going to suck. Because you don't know what you're going to need to work around and what you're going to need to deal with before you actually take it into a fight and find out. So we'll run this. It's very, very focused on the Steel Dragon, which may turn out to be hilariously effective, or it may turn out to be hilariously ineffective. Only one way to find out. What do you want, Scamcat? You want Wanderer Chacky? What are you giving me? Build Immortal Totem and missing. Nope. You change Ambush with Trap in the Castle. I am thinking about that. The only reason I'm keeping Ambush as the default right now is that we have no AoE spells. No, leave me alone. Okay. Yeah, we have no AoE, and we need AoE. Your Ifrit deck works 50% of the time. Yeah, it's about average for an Ifrit deck. Just quickly, what is this? Matcha wants to be added. Okay. As always, for people who are new to the stream, I will add anybody who requests me. I will always remove the persons at the bottom of my list unless I know them sort of personally or from, you know, the store, the things. So I don't recognize... I recognize almost everybody there, but I don't recognize Praveen. So if you are Praveen and you're watching, I apologize. If you want me to re-add you, just send me another friend request. But I don't immediately recognize you. Da-da-da-dun, and accept. Ugh, my phone is overheating so badly. And a gift from Dark Red Evil. Thank you very much, Dark Red Evil. I really appreciate it. 5 gems. That's going to go towards sealing some cards to use in some videos. Alright, so we got Steel Dragon, Nora Core, a bunch of stuff. Let's switch across to L. Because I've been fighting her incessantly, so we might as well do that ourselves. Kinta, yeah, you can add me just the same way as you would add anybody else. You just go into the friend list when it loads in, yada yada yada, and then at the bottom there where it says, well, you can't actually see it on that screen, but at the very bottom on the right hand side it says add friend. Just type in the Arcadean, all one word. No, Dr. Cocktail. Why? You don't want me to run L? It's a decent way of countering other resurrection decks. Oh no, actually no, we're using a resurrection deck. What am I saying? I am so used to not running Orperia with these things. Where's my slap? Yeah. Okay, one of these guys increases defense, which would be pretty funny. Who is it that increases defense again? I never use them. Blin, Goblin Blin, Robo, when any hero controls 30%. Yeah, okay, let's use Blindrill, Robo, Goblin. Let's just go completely crazy here. And 3 more notifications. Oh, gift from Twilight, 10 gems, thank you. Another gift from Dark Red Evil, another 5. Another gift from Dark Red Evil, another 5. Wow, thanks guys, I really appreciate it. That's all going to come in really, really handy, especially if we do end up doing a booster poll stream next week. Okay, let's jump right in. Yeah, Metal Goblin sometime. There should be a sound effect of slap featuring the characters from the story. Slap! Yeah, let's go for it. Can you explain the value of sealing cards? If I buy them as my first exemplar, which I don't plan to resell, why should you waste currency? If you don't plan on ever reselling the card and you don't care about a slight degradation in graphical quality, then don't worry. Really, Rafir? You were just waiting for me, weren't you? Okay, we're gonna get stomped. A 4th Dan player. I'd be very surprised if Rafir was not in fact running something high-powered, and of course, using L, which shuts down our resurrection. All right. Anyway, yeah, Situlia. Yeah, if you're not planning on ever selling the card and you don't care about a slight degradation in graphical quality, then you don't need to seal. Otherwise, it's just worthwhile sealing for both collector purposes and other stuff. Now, we didn't get... How did I rate Friday in PvP? Fairly good, but not amazing. None of these will work, will they? Oh well. Yeah, it's kind of why I wanted the Magic Missile rather than the Bullet of Illusion. We don't have any answers to these 1-drops. Yeah, Pegasus, L. Always L. This is why these kind of decks aren't so popular anymore, these resurrection style decks.
Leveled up to 2.
And now again, Trap in the Castle would have come in very handy. Is she good enough to be a sub finisher with Mass Field? Yeah. Yeah, she'd be good enough for that, absolutely. Ambush fine, that's fine. Is this enough? Yes, this is enough now. Good. Turn to Frog. Yeah. Like I said, we're just going up against a very standard, full of staples kind of deck. Which, you know, it's fine, whatever.
No creature left on your battlefield.
Let's... Not quite enough there, unfortunately. Yeah, Trap in the Castle probably would have been the better way to go. Yeah. Okay.
Defeated opponent's creature. Charged resource.
Alright, so... Yeah. Anyone remember when the female hero's breasts bounced when they get hit? Do they not do that anymore? I've not been paying attention.
Charged resource.
Yeah, there was a push, I know, from the people who get upset about that sort of thing, to make the game less sexualized. I mean, personally, I don't think people are stupid enough to take their life views from a mobile phone game, but I know that annoys some people, so... I really like... Okay, that's promising.
Charged additional resource.
Let's just ensure that we have enough. I'm actually going to have to pay attention now to see if her breasts do in fact bounce when we hit them. I think we made this deck too Noracore focused. Probably need to rebalance it slightly so the Noracore is a threat, but not... Or the Steel Dragon anyway is a threat, but not the focus of the deck. I was really intrigued by the Noracore bullet thing, but... Zafir. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, okay, we're back. Good. Oy, oy, oy. The hooray for Scottish internet connections. Ay, ay, ay. Okay.
The creature has come out from the grave.
Let's see. Can I actually get this to carry on working? Boom, boom, boom. Oh my goodness, that was effective. Okay, yeah, that was fun.
Charged resource.
Yeah, stream died, but yeah, it's the internet. What is it?
Double kill.
Yeah, not an accident. I'm in Scotland, my internet connection is terrible. It just goes down for 30 seconds every now and again. Anyway, I don't think we're going to win this, but that was really fun seeing that Noracore activate. Rafir's thinking about it now. What's this thing going to do? Is it going to hurt me? Science by amount of his energy removes creatures if the HP falls below 0. Yeah, that's fine. Rafir's either thinking about it again or we've crashed again. I'm pretty sure we haven't crashed again though. No, we're still good. Death Cloud, okay. What removes this thing? Cobalt poisoning. Wow, okay. Cobalt poisoning. What's happening? This is weird.
Opponent chose to charge.
Oh wow, Noricor actually survived. Lost some guy with mono resource deck based around Ultimate Wave of Evolution.
Charged
Yeah, that would
additional
suck.
resource.
Okay, we're just gonna keep charging up.
Charged additional resource.
We got enough now for the Orperia, which is
Chose
really
charged
nice.
Resource.
Noricor was still paralyzed thanks to that ambush vine though. So wah wah. Let's cry. Why? Do you have
Opponent charged
a
additional
way of stopping me? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying you have no way of stopping me because I just utterly obliterated that entire field,
Opponent
which was
charged
hilarious.
some spells from the grave.
Okay, so yeah, unfortunately the Skeleton Warrior is right back in our hand, so we can't deal with that, but so we're just gonna have to play him. Can't summon the Ambush Vine because she resurrected, didn't have the resources anyway.
To charge resource.
And we'll just keep charging up. You're hunting the moon, the moon bunny, the white moon bunny, the dark capture. I see. Okay. Actually, no, I forgot. Yeah, no, it's still working.
Opponent cast the spell.
Okay, so that's going to disappear our Noricor, which is unfortunate. Pretty sure that means it doesn't resurrect with Orperia's
Creature alive.
effect. Again,
Opponent chose to charge
unfortunate.
resource.
You get the messages late. The AI took over. 10 to 12 damage on a target creature, 16 damage on 2 random creatures. Let's
Charged
keep it like this for the moment then.
Resource. Charged resource. Chose to charge resource.
Okay. This should be interesting. This should be very interesting. Let's see. Okay, Elf comes out.
Opponent accumulated resource.
But I... Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, we win. Okay, now... Just to be certain that we win, I want to see if we're going to bait out... Okay, I wanted to be absolutely sure there was no counter spell that was going to stop us from doing this. Oh, well, the elf goes right there. Not that it matters, we win now anyway, but booyah! So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A Noricor deck versus an Aryabhata deck, and we won. Good grief. I'm as surprised as anybody, I'll be honest. So actually, not too bad. Not too bad a deck. Probably would want to replace the ambush with the trap in the castle, just for the defensive, early defensive plays. But other than that, the deck was surprisingly good. That Noricor did a lot of damage and was remarkably difficult to remove. Yeah, against a 4th Dan, no less. Yeah, using an Aryabhata Staples strong deck. So, I mean, we went up against a 4th Dan who was using an Aryabhata Staples deck. Obviously, he knew what to do. He was a good player. And yet our deck actually won. That's a sign of a good deck. It's not an amazing deck. It's not like top tier or anything like that. But it's not bad. Not bad at all. Very good game to Rafir there. Very good game. Alright, so I'll get the chat. Okay, got another friend request from Exo Quinta. I will add you now. Noricor, nice. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Good. So I will go in there. We will do a quick edit of the deck to replace the ambush with Trap in the Castle. Then I'll open up the share thing just in case anybody wants to copy the code. Who do I not recognize? I do not recognize Strategist. You need a deck to make it to gold, Kinta. There's a lot. Well, you can make it to gold with any deck, because even if you lose, you still get points. Yep, delete from friends list. Again, I apologize, Strategist. If you're watching this, you want to be re-added, just send me another friend request. And we will accept Exo Quinta. Okay. Please go away. There we go. All right, you've been added now, Exo Quinta. So we go into the binder, open up the Noracore. I actually really enjoyed the Noracore deck, I have to be honest. That was a lot of fun. You do need some of this. I might advise replacing the Bullet of Illusion with a Magic Missile. Maybe. But we'll keep it in for now. After 4 matches, softly. Arcadean Español. I don't know who that's to. If it's to me, I can sing a song in Spanish. What were we saying? Yes, Trap in the Castle. Alright, we'll take out Ambush. And we will add a nice Trap in the Castle. Okay, save that. Overwrite the current deck. Nyx is watching. Will you upload the vid anytime soon? Which video? Which one in particular? Okay, and that's the share code for the Steel Dragon Noracore PvP deck. I'll leave that up for a couple of minutes, just in case anybody wants to copy down the code. If there's any sort of questions about it, you know, why did we choose particular cards, or what cards can you replace if you don't possess certain cards in the deck, just ask them now. And then once we're done with that, we've got like half an hour left, so we will finish off with spectated battles. So, question and answer. Oh, my throat's killing me. Oh, I enjoyed that deck. It was like it was very slow to get up and running. Very slow start, but really, really strong when it got underway. Possibly you could even replace the Feathers of Phoenix with Ambush or something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities for tweaking that deck. Yeah, Noracore. Who would have thought? Yo hablo español. Good. Bueno. Alright, so, well, if there's no questions or suggestions or anything like that, then we will move on to subscribers. I don't know what to call them. Spectated battles, commentated battles, MLG. We'll move on to league stuff. Well, a lot of people speaking Spanish. Lovely. Everyone can join the MABINOGI duel forum community. That's the word I was looking for. Community. Okay, so yes, spectator battles. Don't go crazy with the Spanish though, guys. It is predominantly an English-speaking chat. Now you want some meat dragons. Lovely. Great thing about this is people have no idea what your deck is about. Yeah, this deck is honestly going to be surprisingly difficult for people to counter. They'll see you bring out all this weird stuff, and we'll just have no idea what's coming. No hablo español. Okay, so Neon's up for another fight. That's good. So who wants to fight Neon? Or just wants to fight in general? Hands up. Do volunteer yourselves, and we will spectate and I will commentate over the fight. I really enjoy these. We get to see so many weird and interesting little decks. Neon brought out Persona Heigi at the beginning of the stream, which is just Persona Heigi. You never see the poor guy. Let's fight IGN. Okay, Neon versus George. Fight, 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 fight. I feel like I'm in a schoolyard. Fight, fight, fight. Take his lunch money. Not sure who I'm cheering for. Which can make one, but you got to go now. I think I'll they'll be able to watch stream from work. Okay, Dr. Cocktail, have fun at work. Well, have fun at work. Good luck at work. K-Surf, what is this? This is MABINOGI Duel, a mobile trading card game by DevCat and published by Nexon. Vai Brazilian, Emerson. Very nice. Always wanted to go to Brazil. Rafir is still online, still fighting. I'm just happy we won that fight. I'll just keep refreshing until Neon works and George are fighting. I'll just keep an eye out for Neon. I'm not sure of what George's username is. What's a good deck for Assassin Shastra? If you're running Assassin Shastra, you're going to have to run Mistletoe or Formation Move East to West, something like that. You're going to need to be able to push them out of the way. Assassin is incredibly powerful if you can make her ability activate. Most people won't be too threatened by her, so they won't bother trying to remove her with spells. They'll just block her with a creature. So if you have Mistletoe or a Formation Move card, you can really mess them up with an Assassin. That being said, it's really, really difficult. It's not a beginner kind of card, Assassin Shastra. I have a deck that runs dual Assassin Shastras. Decent win percentage. Fighting now. Okay, I'm reloading. I don't see it though. Yes, I can't spectate for some reason. Now that's interesting. Why can't we spectate? Ah, there we go. Okay, so it was just loading in at the time. Okay, let's do this. Alright, so Neon versus George. George is Chinami. Okay, so Book of Knowledge comes out really quick. George is running 1 mutant, Mana, Light, and Dark. Neon Works is running 3 mutants, Light, Nature, Gold, Nature, and Light, rather. Taking a decent HP lead, but George is currently leading with XP, and Neon brings out his favorite automata, Eliza. Dark Red Evil is okay, so Dark Red Evil is up for another fight after this. That's fantastic. Excellent. I love to see it. Keep going, keep going. Wow, Clock of Jerna. Okay, so Jerna's astronomical clock and a white shark comes out. Eliza moves forward, drops. She's going to push the Goblin Bomb Squad in front of the clock next turn, further blocking the damage, but the white shark is actually going to cause the Golden Bomb Squad to blow up the clock. Interesting. It will activate first though, so it remains to be seen if George can keep it up. Which Xena comes out? Interesting. Okay, so it's a Xena white shark combination. Normally you'd expect to see something like an Ifrit next to that, but there's no gold here, so let's see. Any deck would work well with Holy Dragon, right, Kinta? Kind of. You might want to run an Orperia with a Holy Dragon deck, since Holy Dragon will kill your own units. Flame Emission comes out. Ouch, that is going to hurt Chinami. We'll just say Chinami. It's easier than George. Okay, so that comes out. That hurts. Eliza won't be able to fight, but she will start charging up her attack value unless Shinami can block this. Let's see. That really hurt, that Flame Emission. However, they're both still fairly equal for resources. Shinami blocks with a skeleton, and that will be enough to kill the Eliza if Neon doesn't remove it. Depends on how attached he is to his Eliza. Fairly attached, apparently. The Holy Missile comes out, removes the skeleton for the same cost, leaving Neon with slightly more resources than his opponents, and a clear field for Eliza. Orperia comes out. Now, does it summon something useful? It does, which Xena. Okay, useful card comes popping out there. Unless Neon blocks Xena, then Orperia is actually going to kill the Eliza on this turn. Okay, so Eliza's damage drops again. At this point, really, you might as well just let Shinami sizzle. How infuriating. At this point, you might as well let Eliza go down, honestly. Yep, taking care of the Xena. That goes down, and then charging. Okay. So the Eliza's not actually going to die. It's not quite there with the HP, but out comes the other paralysis. And both Eliza and the bomb squad are stopped again. The absence of the White Shark has actually worked out in Shinami's favor. Technician Dr. Peak. Wow, okay. So Dr. Peak comes out. That would have helped with the White Shark. It's not out yet, but the White Shark's absence means that the Golden Bomb Squad is not going to destroy the clock. Kinta, you're thinking about running Holy Dragon only because of its ability. Be aware, Kinta, that its ability will kill your own units. It's just something that you need to worry about. Okay, Magic Missile comes out and deals with the Orperia, so now nobody's got a clear field for damage. Eliza will shove that Golden Bomb Squad out of the way now. It won't kill the Technician, though. It'll damage her, but it won't kill her. So, Shinami charges. And actually, now with the Drain, it will kill her. So that's slightly unfortunate. Eliza continues to survive, although attack value is all the way down at 1 now. That's really unfortunate for that poor Eliza. And another flame emission comes out, finally dealing with that astronomical clock and taking care of Dr. Peak. Unfortunately for Neon, that's still only 4 damage on the board, since both of his creatures are still only level 1. So he has a 10 HP lead. Oh, out comes the Sword of Tintarka, killing them both now that the field is clear. So, yikes, that was a big revive on Shinami's side. So, 5 damage. Trap in the Castle comes out. Always cool to see people using Trap in the Castle. Neon obviously using it in this case as a defensive method in order to build up time to, in order to gain time to build up resources so that he can start summoning his Elizas and things back out onto the field. Eliza does work out quite well with Trap in the Castle in that she can shunt traps around and move them in front of enemy creatures. And a level 3 trap does do quite a lot of damage. It's 14. So that's going to take care of most things that run into it. Okay, so they're both taking the opportunity to charge up. Shinami's being smart about it, knowing that while this does allow Neon to charge, it also allows Shinami to charge, because Neon can't play anything until Shinami cuts him a path. So both players are charging up now, both playing defensively, both seeing who's going to react, or who's going to act first. How exhilarating indeed. So, Tsunami only has 5 HP, but depending on who takes the initiative the best, that could dictate a massive momentum swing. Now, Shinami does have to be worried about a potential Phantom of the Wolf here, because if Phantom of the Wolf pops down and charges up those traps, he's in an awful lot of trouble. Magic Missile comes out. Neon is cutting himself a path. What will he place in the empty slot, one wonders? A gold +1 Windblade Teon, a powerful threat that Tsunami needs to answer immediately. If he has a surprise attack, then there's no difficulty here, but if not, this could prove problematic. So what will Shinami do? Back and forth. White Shark comes out, which is quite interesting, because that's not going to destroy that. Orperia comes out as a block, also interesting, given that there was nothing to resurrect. And Xena comes out as a third one. Okay, so Xena's ability will actually drop the traps down to the stage where the White Shark can remove them. So Neon is going to have to remove that White Shark. Out comes the Holy Missile to take care of Xena. Okay, well that's going to stop the White Shark from killing the traps, but it's not going to give him an instant victory just yet. Looks like Neon's playing the long game though. He's not going to try for a risky victory now. He's just going to charge up and wait to see what Shinami does about the gold Teon. So White Shark comes out, doesn't do anywhere near enough damage unfortunately. That means the Orperia is going to die to that trap. And the Teon is going to kill the White Shark and then move on. Unless Neon decides to use a Holy Missile or something on the White Shark on his next turn, in which case, bye-bye White Shark. Hello victory. Okay, so, understanding that that's a possibility, Shinami has brought out a long string of guys. I think the idea was to bring out the Assistant Technician Leaf and Dr. Peak at the same time, but unfortunately that didn't work out too well for him. Nevertheless, Shinami has been down at 5 HP for a long time, and has nevertheless managed to hold off Neon and do a good job of it. Unfortunately for him, Neon does lead very strongly in resources. And out comes the Eliza. So now Shinami is going to have to answer both the Taeon and the Eliza, both of which move around. And unfortunately for Shinami, he does not really have the resources for that. Technician Leaf is not going to kill the Taeon unless they can get a little bit more damage off. Just one more HP's worth of damage will turn it around. But the charge, that means that Shinami is kind of acknowledging they have nothing really useful to hand. Now comes the skeleton, now comes another astronomical clock. Unfortunately, Neon is in a position where they can charge up now or just discard now for a flame emission. I suspect this is going to be game. Let's see. Charging, okay, so did not discard into gold for the flame emission. Still playing extremely defensively, I see. Alright, okay, so decided to just go purely defensive, which is understandable. Shinami still needs to deal with both the Taeon and the Eliza, both of which are going to move to their left at the end of this turn. Charging up, but with only 3, 1, and 2, yeah, Shinami acknowledges that Neon has this one, charges up for the last 2 as a... just to allow for a quick victory for Neon, and there we go. 23 damage available out onto the field. Neon just charges in order to just sort of get the quick victory. And there we are. Very nicely done, though, on both players' parts. Neon charging up his lost health so that he finishes the game at full, but nevertheless, Shinami did do a good amount of damage and managed to hold off Neon for a very considerable amount of time. All things considered. Very good fight on both players' sides. Very nice. Always nice to see that Technician Leaf and Dr. Peak come out. Very rare cards to see in PvP, but always a lot of fun. And of course, Neon and his beloved Eliza, which is working out very well for him, honestly. He's got a good win streak going with with that deck. Excellent fight to both Neon and to George there. Very, very well done. Very well done. No thank you to the Scam Cat. Okay, excellent. Very good, everybody. Seeing some really interesting decks, some really interesting cards, a lot of good strategy. I love it. I love it. This has been a good day for fights so far. We've had 3 thus far. 2 spectated and 1 with the deck that we built. All 3 of them have been extremely enjoyable. Okay, so well done to both of those participants. Whoever else would like to do a spectated battle, put up your hand. Dark Red Evil, you volunteered for one of the fights. So who wants to go up against Dark Red Evil? While you're doing that, I'm going to see what this message is. A gift from Mikusu. I apologize if I get that, if I got that wrong, but thank you very much for the gems. I really appreciate it. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. And there we go. We put that away. Yes, very good fight. Very good fight. Well played on both players' sides. Everyone can feel very proud about the way they fought there. Okay, so volunteers for the next spectated battle. Something interesting. Nobody's allowed to use bunnies unless the other one does. You want to try one, but you don't have anyone on friends list here outside of Arc. Well, just put your if you put your in-game name in the chat now, Margin, then you and Dark Red Evil can have a fight. You screwed up hard when you played Orperia, George, with nothing in your grave. Yeah, I wondered why you were doing that. I figured it was just as an emergency block, but. Yeah, it would have been better if you'd played with something in your grave, obviously. But I mean, it wasn't a terrible play. It worked well as a block. Just unfortunately, Neon has a lot of answers. Basically, his entire deck is spec'd around cutting paths for his moving characters. Okay, so margin is Matcha 00, Dark Red Evil. If you still want to have a fight, add Matcha. Matcha, you add Dark Red 0. Dark Red Evil, sorry. Yeah, you add Dark Red Evil. And let me know. I will keep an eye on the friends list. Where are we? Okay, there we go. So yeah, I have both Dark Red Evil and Matcha 00 on here, so that'll be fine. Yes. Orperia is a tricky card to play and to build into a deck, honestly. Do you maybe have Succubus Mana -1, Zik? I don't think so. While we're waiting for Matcha and Dark Red Evil, I will double check, but I'm pretty sure not. I think the only mana Succubus I have is a Succubus Shemi +1. Let me just check. I mean, if the chat has a Succubus mana, Succubus, do let Zik know. Yeah, I just have a Succubus Shemi mana and a Succubus Shemi mana +1. Okay. Still not ready yet, so we'll just keep refreshing and keep checking. There you go. Okay. And if anybody else wants to get involved in the fight, just in case Dark Red Evil isn't up to it, put up your hand, let me know. Marshall will wait. The chat is late, Frog. Okay. Hey, Thras, welcome to the stream. I'm ready for you guys whenever you want to fight Dark Red Evil and Majin. I'll just keep refreshing until you guys are until you guys start up. Boom. Interesting decks now. Don't want to see anybody using, you know, Illurin. There we go. Spectate. Okay.
Magicians and summoners, the duel was
Oh wow, okay, so Matcha is using the Awake hero, which is very cool. Dark Red Evil is using the Belphegor hero. So, Matcha has no mutants, Nature, Light, and Dark. Dark Red Evil has 2 mutants, Nature, Light, and Dark. So both using Nature, Light, and Dark. And it looks like Dark Red Evil starts. So, let's see what happens. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just going to make sure we're still up and running. Yes, we are. Good, good. Okay. Go, go, go. Yeah, don't wait too long, Dark Red Evil, or the AI is going to take over for you. There's always a bit of a delay on the spectating thing anyway. The spectating is like 15 seconds, I think, behind the actual live matches. Okay, so Dark Red Evil charges on the first turn. No one-drop plays. Quite interesting. Let's see what Matcha does. Book of Knowledge just ramping immediately up to level 2. No mana, so you don't get the cost back, as it were. But interesting. Let's see what Matcha wants to ramp up towards. This does kind of leave Dark Red Evil in the dirt, unfortunately. If Matcha has a share or something like that, then Dark Red Evil could be in a little bit of difficulty here. However, most of Matcha's resources have gone into nature. So, let's see. Charges and skips, okay. Well, between the charge and the skeleton attacking, that's going to take Dark up to being able to level up, as it does. But now Matcha has 2 turns. Okay, so the elf comes out, that's solid, and a charge. Alright, so Matcha basically has to level up here, doesn't really have any choice, which means the skeleton's just going to jump into the elf to no real effect, and the elf is going to kill the skeleton now. Matcha's playing it very defensively by just charging. making sure that he just maintains his lead and not wanting to overextend, given that Dark actually has a lot of resources on his side of the field as well. So both players at exactly the same amount of HP. Much is leading in terms of EXP, but with that removal spell, Dark is beginning to catch up. So both players playing very defensively right now, very interesting. This is it's kind of a Japanese style of play, very, very defensive, resource-based in the early game, and then unleash hell in the late game. It's always very interesting to see. So Matcha levels up to 3. Now Dark Red Evil has the opportunity to either play something in order to put a little bit of pressure on, which he does, and then charges up for the second turn. Okay, so the elf is out there forcing some kind of response from Matcha. It's a nice low-cost drop, so even if it gets removed, it's no real issue. Ouch! Skathak comes out. Oh dear. Okay, well, unless Dark has a Drag to Hell hidden away in there, that's going to cause a lot of problems, because the only other thing that could really counter it... There we go. Okay, Dark turn to Frog. That'll also work out really nicely. Excellent counter. Very well done. And charges up, and now Dark is now ready to level up to 3 on their next turn. However, Matcha still has a lot of nature and a lot of dark resource. So, if he has something like a Dark Orperia -1, that could be problematic. Chief of Staff Ash, and a Dust perhaps as well? Or just sticking with the Ash. Nope, there comes the Dust. Okay, now that does demand a response as well. Unfortunately, for Dark it demands a response, but fortunately for Dark, all you need to do is kill at least one of them. But he actually does manage to take out both. Light Flame Emission, which is very, very interesting, and levels up, taking a pretty decent lead in terms of both HP and resources. So, Matcha decides to charge up a little bit, and it goes into Darkness, which is good, because he was lacking Dark. A lot of resources into Nature, but nothing much in his other pools, unfortunately, at the moment. So, from a rather, a rather tricky beginning, Dark has managed to pull this back in a very strong way. Magician Must Field, the seasonal variant, comes out, and I'll pop that open for people that haven't seen these yet. They're very cute. Very cute. Okay, so a Magician Must Field deck. Out comes the surprise attack onto the Magician. Yep, there we go. Leaving poor old Anna exposed, and the Drag to Hell comes out. That's a very, very costly investment of resources on Matcha's side. Let's see if it pays off. If Dark Red Evil has an Orperia of his own, this could be interesting, but doesn't. Decides to resurrect into the hand. Nowhere near enough resources to bring Magician Must Field back out onto the field, so plays an elf just to keep the pressure up, and then charges to build up some more resources. Okay. A lot of resources into light now, so both players are kind of doing very well for a single resource and lagging in the other two. Okay, elf to counter the elf. Matcha performs a couple of charges just to get the resources back up. Nobody wants to give an inch here. Everybody's afraid of chip damage. Charges, and unfortunately it goes into light. That doesn't really help Dark very much. Another charge, perhaps? Yep, and that one goes into Darkness, so that's a little bit more useful. Not useful enough to bring out anything of any sort of major value, but it's okay. Now, wow, Matcha just went for a very quick triple charge. No fear from this other elf. They're just pounding into each other, and Matcha really wants to gain a resource advantage there. Dark Red Evil doesn't want to let Matcha continue to charge, so plays a skeleton to demand a response. Charges into Dark, which is good. It's an absolute nightmare. An absolute nightmare, this Scottish internet connection. I hate it so much, but okay, so Matcha manages to remove the jumbled zombie, brings out an Albi Stone Golem. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Command Hunter comes out to damage that. The Shelly's going to remove it, which is nice. Again, now that everything seems to be up and running, I apologize. Scottish internet connection, it sucks. We went down for 30 seconds again. Dark Red Evil has now taken a fairly decisive lead in terms of resource and HP value. Matcha brings out a trap in the castle to actually act as a defensive measure. That's going to kill the elf, but it won't kill Taylor Miss Shelley, unfortunately, for Matcha. Oh, Matcha's light flame emission comes out. That destroys all of that. That's going to take Matcha down to 1 hit point. It'll be very interesting to see what Matcha decides to do with this now. Unfortunately, all that Matcha has left is nature, and nature does not really do area of effect. Did we enhance to triple chat yet, Cetulian? I'm not streaming to a third thing yet. It's still just Twitch and YouTube. Okay, so Matcha brings back cards from the grave, hoping to find an answer in the cards. He's thinking about it. He needs to be able to deal with both of these enemy creatures, and I'm not entirely sure how he would go about doing that. Capture to remove Taylor Miss Shelley, but unless he has some sort of... yeah, and he doesn't. Whoop, that was awesome. Well done to Dark. A nice little sneaky victory there with Taylor Miss Shelley. Excellent removal, summoned the Jumble Zombie. And the light flame emission really coming in clutch there by removing some serious threats twice in a single match. Very impressive. So charge, charge, charge. And the finishing blow is struck by the elf. Well played to both participants. Very, very well done. That was anybody's game for a good long while there. A really strong early start by Matcha, but a very solid finish by Dark Red Evil. Excellent, excellent plays on both players' sides. And an interesting deck. Magician, Masked Field, and a Taylor Miss Shelley. Very unusual, but I like it. I like it very much. Okay, so very good job to both of those combatants. That was a lot of fun. Well done, well done. Very intense fight, yes, as you say, Martin. Very intense fight. Excellent. Okay, and that takes us up to pretty much exactly 2 hours. So I will quickly open up the card section so that we can, so that anybody that's interested can take a look at the Noracore deck one more time. And for anybody that wasn't around at the beginning, we'll just go very, very quickly over some developer notes that were announced today, things that they are thinking of patching into the game over the next month or so. So, for everybody who doesn't know, they're thinking about including a dual live mode to the homepage, the home section, which will allow you to spectate anybody's fights, not just people who are on your friends list, which is quite interesting. They're doubling down on the special tickets, adding new content that need entry tickets, providing special uses for tickets during event periods, and making it possible to buy special tickets with in-game currency. They don't say whether it's gold or gems. And their improvements are being made so that duelists will be able to earn special tickets in more ways. And yes, nice flame emission. That's very good flame emission. The arena incentives. Arena victory conditions will be added to the random challenges in order to foster participation in the arena. Foster, not force. Moreover, they say we are contemplating changing different aspects of the game, such as the arena gameplay and giving out more special rank and tier rewards, but we have no idea what that means. The next generation is going to feature new card mechanics, but they're not going into any details on that. And they are considering other methods of testing cards before release. Fairly interesting. And the MABINOGI Duel team is making their utmost efforts to ensure the duelists have a wonderful time. So, are you having a wonderful time, duelists? Do let me know. Okay, so that's the developer's notes. So before we wrap up, any questions, any suggestions, any requests, anythings before we finish for the day? Let me know now. You have like a couple of minutes while I drink my juice. I really did enjoy this. There we go. This Steel Dragon Noracore deck was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to use. I really enjoyed it. Give it a try. And if you do give it a try, leave a comment in the archived footage of this video. Let me know how you got on with it. Oh, God, my throat. How much does Ash and Dust sell for in the marketplace nowadays? Not much. A few 100,000, I think. They used to go for millions, but they got nerfed, so they aren't used much anymore. What's my streaming schedule, Cesar? My streaming schedule is every Tuesday and Thursday from 3 p.m. GMT. That's British time, so you'll need to adjust for your own time zone. 750k to 1 million, Alexander. Okay, so they're actually going for more than I thought they were going for, even now. If you guys were interested in a strange deck, I will open that up. Let me just, I'll open it up, and then for other people that can't do so, I'll just read out the cards in it in case they want to make a note. Persona Scathach deck. Elf, Book of Knowledge, Hunt, Lorna, Surprise Attack, Drag to Hell, Trap in the Castle, Chief of Staff Ash, Chief of Staff Dust, Albystone Golem, Capture, and Scathach. A very interesting deck. Looking at it, I would say that it was PvG more than PvP, but interesting, interesting. Ash and Dust of 500 to 600 at the lowest, to 1 million to 1.5 million at the highest. Yeah, 5 to 600,000 was roughly where I would have expected to see them. Simply because they are collector's items at this point. You can't get them in any booster packs anymore. So those cards are, that kind of card is always going to be pretty high value. A shame they got nerfed though. I really enjoyed using them. They were fantastic next to my Warlords. You suggest we somehow improve the deck voting process? Yep, Satulia. If we were using a single chat client, I'd build a polling thing into it, but I need to take a look at the Restream bot. I don't think it does voting stuff. But I'll check. I may just end up creating straw polls, but even then you need to give people a choice. I'm not sure. You saw it in PvP top 10. It may have been net decked. It may have been tweaked just before the end of the arena round in order to prevent people from seeing what was in it. Not saying it was, but it just might have been. You played Ash and Dust before, but now, yeah. What's this? Please tell me how this deck works. Okay, yeah, sorry. Let's see. Mizutan's Capture deck. What is that? Magic Missile, Hidden Spider, Hour of Revenge, Cocoon Trap, Drag to Hell, Psychic Storm, Counterspell, Mist. Oh, yeah. It's a Shushu deck. Some of that will have been tweaked around. Most people tend to run a Witch Shushu, Mana Witch Shushu +1, Witch Shishi, Mana Witch Shishi +1. It's a problematic deck. It's a PvG version, sort of, a command hunting instead of hunt, maybe change Albystone Golem. Yeah, I mean, it's still a decent deck, Majin. But yeah, it just feels more PvG to me than PvP. And Neon's giving his Eliza deck for anyone who wants to use it. We looked at that in previous streams. It's a very strong deck, honestly, and it does take people by surprise. Nobody expects Eliza anymore. Or make some theory crafting part where we can suggest fun combos. Sure. I mean, if people start voting for stuff, then yeah, we can open it up into fun combos. But if I mean, I already have enough trouble saying, okay, everybody vote for a card, and then either nobody votes or everybody votes for like a different card. If I start telling people to vote for combos, it's going to exacerbate the problem. What I will suggest is that everybody just sort of, when I stream, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So everybody come to the stream with an idea in mind for a card or a combo that you'd like to see me run. That would make things easier. And yeah, a lot of decks being listed in the chat now. That's fantastic. Everybody give them some tries. The Shushu decks I wouldn't advise trying unless you're like a very advanced player, and be aware that the decks that you see in the top 10 using the Shushu cards have almost certainly been edited to remove some of the key components. The best way to see actual top 10 decks is to play into high platinum, and then you'll actually go up against the people that are actually running these decks. Betrayal plus Ritual plus Byron. Anytime I see a combo that requires 3 cards being used, I get a little bit worried. That's literally a quarter of your deck. But sure, bring some fun combo ideas, some fun card ideas, bring all this sort of thing to Tuesday's stream next week. You're currently working on that, are you, Han? Betrayal Ritual Byron. If it works out for you, fantastic. Build a deck, put it together, polish it up, and then bring it to the next live stream. Have a fight with somebody, we'll commentate. I would love to see a Betrayal Ritual Byron deck actually work. It'd be really fun. And we'll close down that Shushu deck. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, good. Okay. Alright, last minute or two then. Anybody have any more questions, suggestions, requests? Let me know. Otherwise, we will wrap up there. Oh, and I may be doing just some like lazy streams over the weekend. They probably won't be Mabinogi Duel. But if I run lazy streams, I run them on Twitch. Be aware, not on YouTube, because I don't want to keep spamming people's inboxes with YouTube notifications. So sometimes over the weekend, I just do like little lazy streams. There's no like big webcam or anything like that. I just run it straight through the PS4. So if you're interested in the lazy streams that are not Mabinogi Duel related, head over to Twitch, follow me on there, so that you can actually keep up to date with those. Imagine this was your first deck. Without Now, of course, there was someone else you forgot. Then you got Now because you love her. White Now, I assume you mean, and not Duel Master Now, because Duel Master Now is a nightmare. What's this one? Persona Now deck, Slingshot, Skeleton, Healer, Goblin Town, Death Sentence, Dragon Rider Strike, Witch Xena, Shasa, Catapult, Holy Spear, Succubus, and Now. Wow, that deck is all over the place. That's fantastic. You're always interested in seeing some different deck archetypes played, maybe in the form of a video. Yep, I can do that. If you have something specific, like a specific example in mind, let me know. Leave it in the comment, or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, subreddit, just anywhere where I hang out. Just leave a comment there with like an example of the kind of thing you're thinking about, and yeah, I can do that next week, no problem. Your phone can't watch Twitch, Han? That's weird. They do have a little application now where you should be able to view it if you can view YouTube. Unfortunate if you can't, though. Still, as I say, I mean, it's over the weekend, so if you have access to a computer, then you should be okay. I stream on Twitch at just random times. It's literally just when I'm playing and having fun, I'll just activate the share function. Maybe for your next duel, you bring a nice White Now deck, Majin. Yeah, please do. I would love to see a nice White Now deck being used. That would be a lot of fun to commentate over. A lot of fun. Oh, God. Oh, my voice is going. Oh, man. Okay. We'll finish there. So, thank you for everybody for... is Werner fixed? Yeah, if you mean, does he now only summon off zombies rather than any other creature? Yes, he only summons off zombies now, so yes, he's fixed. I don't like the change. I wish they went back to normal. So, anyway, yes, we will stop there. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming and watching the stream. I really appreciate the support and everybody getting involved in chat and doing all of the battles. That's awesome. I really, really love it. You don't get use of characters and when to use them despite the nerfs. We can go into that in next week's stream, no problem. Which yours are, must have had anything somewhere considering the amount of stream. Died for me, just bad internet connection. It's my bad internet connection. It just goes down every now and again. So I apologize to that for everybody. Hopefully it'll be okay. I'm beginning to develop, I'm beginning to notice a pattern that goes down most on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I may actually start moving my stream days around. We'll see. Thank you for the deck, Dr. Cocktail. Everybody take a look at that. One last time, thank you everybody for coming and watching the stream. I really appreciate it. Thanks for getting involved. Thanks for getting into the fights. Thanks for doing all of the voting and chatting. It's awesome. You're awesome. Love you all, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Next stream is Tuesday, 3 p.m. GMT. Be there or be a rectangular thing. And yeah, to all the Arcanauts, thanks for subscribing. See you guys.